Welcome everyone to the final round, Season 1 2013 of the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series presented by Direct Clutch Services, the all-new V8 Online Superstore coming very, very soon, and V8 Supercars fan group. Jay Kennedy in the host chair for the final round here at Suzuka. I've also got Stephen Sandman Clark and Corey Henger with me. G'day guys.
G'day Jay, g'day Corey.
Yeah, g'day Sandman, Jay and all the spectators out there. It's this is it. One more time for the season and we call it quits, eh?
Call it quits for a week and then we're back into it again. But
Such a long off season.
Yeah, we have some long off seasons here. And not long until we're into Race of Champions and then Season 2, which is going to be fantastic again. So can't wait.
Yeah, Race of Champions always turns it on for us. Brilliant racing, excellent formats. You know, we never know what sort of car and track combo we're going to have installed. And of course, this year we've really turned it up a week to have our involvement with the Cancer Council of Australia, and obviously all our donations and proceeds go all to that. So it's just brilliant that everyone's got behind it all.
Yeah, cannot wait. So we've had 525 drivers attempt to race a race in this season, and it comes down to two. Justin Ruggier, Madison down for the championship. It all comes down to this one last race. Going to be an exciting night, and I cannot wait.
And the best bit is about the racing all season. They're two top-notch drivers, and you can't, you can't say that one's more deserving than the other. They've both.
Oh, looks like we might have lost Sandman there for a second.
Yeah, so didn't break up there, and I was going to say the best thing about tonight, it's a championship fight, and who do we have on the front row? But Madison and Justin Ruggier going at it one last time.
Just for the points score, Justin has to win this race, and Madison, I think, finishes lower than fourth, and it could be 1 or 2 points between us. They've just been sent a quick message from Chris Tarrant, organising Race of Champions. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. We've raised $1,150 for the Cancer Council of Australia so far. So big thank you to everyone who's donated. And we'll be having a donate button on our Facebook page for the next few weeks. Fingers crossed we'll get it right up to a massive figure. I think we're aiming for $2,000 or $3,000. So fingers crossed we'll get there. Yeah,
it's fantastic to see we've broken over the $1,000 mark, and it's for a great cause. And what's even more, special is we've done all this before we've even started taking. Some guys have said they're still yet to donate. So. And there's like got 30, 40 guys sign up for Race Champions as well, so it's only going to go up, and it's fantastic that we can all get behind the cause here at V8 Online. Yep,
it's definitely something that I think's touched everyone. So I'm sure all of us here are thinking of everyone involved that or is going through that at the moment. So we might get back to racing now before we get all sentimental and emotional. Go to the grid for tonight. As we said, Madison on pole, Justin in second. Championship comes down to those two guys, but it's definitely going to be some great racing back through the field with Muggleton in third, Richards fourth, Brookman in fifth, Emerson sixth, Richie Stanaway makes his return to the series, seventh position, Latham in eighth, Mitch McLeod in ninth, Brad Ryan 10th, Sean Kelly 11th, Matthew Hill in 12th, Lee Ellis, Michael Fabian, Marlon McMullen, Rob Hartley, Richard Hunter, Matthew Barron, Oliveira in P19, then Troy Cox and Marty Atkins.
Yeah, good field here. I'm just looking at the split. It's split at about 21 cars, so this actually could be quite a high point scoring race, which is exactly what Justin needs, what he needs and what he wants. But of course, as he said, Jay, he has to win this race. So now, what do you do if you're Justin Ruggier now? Do you take a dive? Do you sit behind and put the pressure on? What would you do if you're in his position, Jay?
Oh, he needs to get out in front as early as he can. If he sees half an opportunity, he needs to try and take it. But in saying that, the guy that he's trying to pass very, very, very rarely makes a mistake. So it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, you'd almost want to, not hit the guy, but if like you said, he said that gap, you have to go for it. Justin's got nothing to lose. He's guaranteed second in the championship. Madison, however, he's got to play maybe a little bit conservative here, because he can afford to finish second or third or fourth and still win that championship. So I think if you're Justin, you go all, you go as hard as you can, and if you're Madison, you maybe just conserve a little bit. And he's got the pace to run second or third, definitely. So.
Yep, but see for Madison, if he comes second, he still wins the championship. So maybe that's something he'll have in his mind, that if he's good enough to hold on for second position, then that might be what he needs to do.
As the cars grid up for the final time, it's definitely a good sight.
It's always good, Corey, to get a shout out from a driver as they're gridding up. Matthew Baring saying hello to you while you're commentating, and he's about to grid up in the race. That's always good.
Yes, it's some interesting comments. Of course, Matthew Hill's last drive for the team, a little bit upsetting, but he's a great guy. I'm sure he's going to do great wherever he goes.
I believe we've got Sandman back as well.
Yeah, a couple of technical issues. Sorry about that.
Perfect timing, mate. Revs rise. We're about to get underway.
Green.
Here we go. We're going green at Suzuka, rather. The front.
Good start from Madison.
He's moved over on Justin straight away. Justin goes to the left. You got Josh Moulton though. Looking to make it 3 wide to turn 1. Madison's on this. Oh, there's contact. Margotson into the back left of Justin Ruggie there. Madison's got the lead. Oh, there's contact back at the back. He's gone off. He's going to lose a lot of spots here too. I think it was contact with Renz Brookman. Like the rest of the field now streaming through the S's, it's all relatively okay back there now.
Settled a little now. Although just looking great start from Matthew Hill. He's jumped quite a few spots. And McLeod is right in behind his old sparring buddy Richie Stanaway. So no love lost between those two guys.
Yeah, I just remembered watching the highlights video before Watkins Glen. Those two had a few words to each other after some interesting accidents. But field now coming up into the hairpin. Oh, there's contact. Stanaway's in the back of Hill there. I think he knows that Hilly doesn't need that car after tonight. He's getting a bit of a rub out of the hairpin.
Tell you what happened now, 2 championship contenders.
Oh, sorry, Sandman, Troy Cox. Cox has gone off at the first chicane. Sorry, Sandman, he's just come in, got a bit loose and just missed the wall.
He's lucky to hold on to that. A little bit too aggressive coming into the chicane and almost hit that wall front on too, so lucky.
Back at the leaders now, Madison Downs got a nice little bumper over Justin Ruggie here into the final chicane.
It's the start these guys actually needed, isn't it? You know, they really needed a clean getaway. Obviously, it was a tense moment there with Ruggie and Muggleton right at the start, but these guys are sort of head down, bum up now. They just know that they've got clean air in front of them, and now they're just worried about the fuel number.
It's all it comes down to now for the next 3 or 4 laps. You just watch the number. Don't worry about what's going on around you too much. Work that number and then go from there in a couple of laps' time. But Justin, he'll be trying and making sure he's close enough to Madison. If there's that tiny little mistake, he can capitalise.
Yeah, and the man that sort of will be a big help for Madison, obviously, is Josh Muggleton. He's obviously running the Hyper Simulator livery, but he is out of the TTR stable. So, that's really helpful for him to have another car there that's sort of up there trying to take some points away.
Willie Ellis here. Right on the back of Michael Fabian. A little bit sideways coming over the hill.
Hasn't Lee found his form too? He's been finding a bit of pace the last couple of weeks. Obviously, I think the last couple of weeks he's had some dramas with a bit of contact, but his pace is really coming along. I think he's super excited about next season.
Yeah, the Interlagos definitely a breakthrough race for him. Sorry, Corey.
No, I was about to say, he really showed what he's made of at Interlagos. Got a great result. I think it was 6th or 7th, and he's sideways out of the hairpin. And since then, he's really been on a bit of a roll, challenging for those top 10 positions week in, week out.
Biggest mover so far through the field. Started in 12th, he's up to 8th. Matthew Hill, last race for Dynamic Sim Sport.
Actually, don't mind that multicoloured special livery there.
Why have we ran that before, Corey?
Yeah, you keep all the sponsors happy on that one.
But then you know what Matty's excuse would be. He said half the season would be good, another half wouldn't be good, and he'd blame the colours.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do right-handers properly. He'd only be able to do left-handers. He'd want to race it on ovals.
Yeah, that's right.
I was actually a little bit surprised when I sent delivery this afternoon and said he wanted to run it because I know his thoughts on the green car, but...
Isn't Muggo looking racy here? He's right up behind Justin Ruggier, and I think Muggleton's got to be careful because you can see Brookman in his mirror too.
Yeah, Josh might be trying to get past Justin here, just to maybe relieve a little bit of pressure off Madison. Although Mad does have about a 7/10 margin, it's, there's an extra car in between Madison and Justin, will definitely help.
Looks like Alice and Fabian might have had a little bit of it coming together after we've moved the cameras away from them.
Yeah, big dramas at the chicane. Some contact there.
He's just a bit of contact at the exit. About not only about 40 kilometres there, so it's really slow. And he's back out of. Has he pulled it off, or is he still going?
I think he's actually out.
He's pulled it off there. Wasn't not too much damage, but
could have bent the steering though, because he did get a fairly decent hit right into the tyre. So unlucky though.
Just having a look at this pack for with Madison. He's obviously opened up a little bit of margin, but Ruggie is coming under a bit of pressure back here from Muggleton. I know, like you were saying before, Corey, Muggleton's pretty keen just to get in front of Ruggie. He's not a player in the championship now, unfortunately, because of his bad luck the other week with his computer failing on.
I think we might have just lost Sandman again.
Big hello to everyone that's watching for the first time tonight. Welcome along to v8sonline's coverage of the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series. We're here every Monday night from 7:30 PM Eastern Standard Time.
And of course, all those guys that just quickly between qualifying and race, I jumped onto the Facebook page and saw a few guys posting pictures. It's great to see that sort of become a bit of a weekly thing now.
I want to do a bit of a shout out hello to Kate, and you'll be proud to know that I'm actually wearing my slippers tonight. I'll try and put a picture up on Facebook later on.
Matthew Barrett on the inside of Bale, reaches the 130R, he's going to score on Brody. Side to side contact, they're going side by side now into the final chicane. And Barrett later on the brakes here. Bale's got the inside preferred line. Job done there, but Bale was interested to go side by side through 130R.
Race is definitely a lot more exciting than I thought it was actually going to be. Normally fuel savers, we see the guys close, but they're really pushing hard.
Yeah, they're going to want to make sure they look after their fuel though, not get too carried away that it's the final race of the season.
Matthew Hill now closing up on Brad Ryan.
And confirming that Michael Fabian has called it quits, so not the way that the overclocked Falcon, driver wanted to finish the season. He really showed a lot of promise in the middle part of the championship, getting a couple top five positions there. It's Matthew Hill and Brad Ryan going at it. But Fabian's really showed a lot of pace this season. Probably one of the most improved drivers, you'd have to say.
Yeah, definitely. Hilly, Hartley, and Fabian over the last 2 seasons been the guys to watch.
I believe we might have Sandman back.
Fingers crossed I can stick around for this time.
Don't like you leaving like this, bro.
Don't take it personally, mate.
You don't even say goodbye.
Renz Brookman now starting to put pressure on Josh Muggleton, who's fallen off it by about a second or two off the back of Justin Ruggier, who's actually closing on Madison down here. So Muggo's failed to get past Justin in the early laps. Now it looks like he's under pressure.
Look at how close Renz closes up with this draft.
That's actually really good for the saving of the fuel too, actually.
Yep.
We can roll out of it, just keep up a bit of speed behind Josh.
It's actually, I was going to comment about, these guys now sort of opened up a bit of a margin. It's going to come to play with these guys, obviously trying to hit that fuel number, and you'll see guys that will sort of, open up a bit of a gap and then back out of it because they're probably not quite hitting the number that they need to.
Brookman just moving on the straight just to let Muggo know that he's there. Never close enough to make a move, but always thinking, Brookman.
Yeah, showed a bit of aggression on the first lap, actually, something we don't normally see by Renz. Saw the gap, went for it, you know, it's the last race of the season, he's out to try and prove a point for next season.
You know, Renz, fingers crossed he'll be able to make some races next season, but he's not overly confident he'll be able to commit to much next season.
Yeah, just, of course, starting a new job soon, so he said fingers crossed that he'll, you know, and he's hoping too that he'll have the time to commit to the full championship, but of course that comes first, obviously, a job. But Val Richards now trying to come back through the pack. He's already lost 18 seconds of the race leaders thanks to his first lap issues.
Good to see the number of international drivers we've had this season increase as well. Know the time, so it doesn't really suit a lot of guys to race from overseas, but been good to see. I think we've had probably 10 or 12 different European drivers here this season, as Rich is right up behind.
Yeah, Val's starting to have a look all at the back of the Powerbond car, and interesting news, actually had a Powerbond only a couple of days ago. They've released a little bit of a teaser of Hartley's new livery for next season, yellow and black, so a little bit different to what he's got now.
Yeah, a few different liveries.
Hartley's had a moment, he's run wide. He's got to be careful, he doesn't want to shut the door too much on Val Richards and stick it right up the inside, and now it'll be a drag race.
Yeah, we saw Barron and Val do this a couple laps ago here, side by side through 130R. Val's got the better run. Interesting to see if, I think Roberts is backing out of there a little bit.
I was going to say, you don't want to be on the outside there going into that turn.
Looks like Val pretty close to cutting that as well.
So cut off that Mitchell McLeod has gone off at the last chicane. He's actually being collected by Richie Stanaway nonetheless, so those two continue their feud. Oh, he's actually been put in the fence big time.
Oh.
Going to go to a replay here. Coming in out of 130R, Mitchell was ahead. Richie Stanaway, Mitchell to brakes, and Richie just not aware, slams him into the fence hard. He just missed as Matthew Hill. That was mighty close there for McLeod.
That was massive. That could have been even bigger.
Yeah, Mitchell's having his fair share of dramas now. I think he's got a lot of damage to that car. He's off the circuit now, and yeah, that could have involved a lot more cars.
He'll be a little bit disappointed. That's how his season's going to end. He had a few run-ins with Stanaway early in the championship, but sadly it's going to destroy the Tats Falcon. Luckily they've got about a week to rebuild that one and come back.
Yeah, he's really struggling with the car now. You can see he won't last this lap, I don't think. He'll bring it into the pits.
Not too much has changed up front. Madison and Ruggier. Ruggier has closed that margin a little bit, but I think Madison's at the point now he can breathe easy a little bit, because even if Justin does finish in front of him, it's still not the end of the world. He's still sitting pretty with championship wise, and he's obviously got his teammate Josh Muggleton in third. So not all's lost, and I think he's just in control at the moment, and you know, not fretting just yet. He'll just be, like we said, concentrating on those fuel numbers.
Just quickly back on Mitchell McLeod, he's dropped behind Marty Atkins, so he's down to about 19th, 20th place, so it's unfortunate for McLeod. Still limping the car around, so I think that'll be day down. He'll come down the pit lane surely this time by.
John Emerson, sorry mate.
Yeah, sorry, no, go Sam, man, you go.
I was just going to comment. I saw John Emerson just you know, in the mix now with Renz Brookman and Josh Muggleton, and they've got themselves like a little 3-car freight train, and they've opened up quite a margin actually back there on is that Latham and that pack.
Yeah, Latham doing a really good job up as high as he is at the moment. Currently P6. That's a massive gap the front 5 have pulled away.
Yeah, Latham had a lot of pace last week at Lime Rock actually, and he unfortunately I think knocked it down one too many gears on the first lap at turn 2, and round he went. He was up in about the top 5 or 6, so definitely starting to find some pace, John Latham.
We're just having a look at the timesheets. Last lap round, Madison down 3/10 slower than Ruggier. So Ruggier's sort of got a bit of fire in his belly at the moment, and he's probably got a bit of fuel to burn, and it's closing up and it's making it quite interesting up front.
Brad Ryan runs wide there. He's not quite close enough to have a dive at the hairpin just yet.
Of course, both these drivers are heavily in the rumour mill about what will happen as far as next season. There's V8 Supercar fan group rumours, and we know that that Matty's on the move. So these guys are going to do their utmost best that they can for their existing teams, and obviously they're excited about next season.
All off to race in a...
Oh! I think Brad Ryan, has he got a slide? No, just had a bad run, but Hilly just drives on by.
That's a great move, but... Yeah, what happened there with Brad? That was a very strange little touch.
Giving him a little bit of a bump.
That's actually gave Hilly a better run out of Spoon there. He drives away from Brad Ryan off the corner. Richie Stanaway now, have a look at the back of Brad Ryan.
Yeah, so I was about to say, Stanaway got some really, really good speed into the draft there with Ryan a little bit slower out of the exit of Spoon.
Well, there's side-by action there, Renz and Emerson. Emerson getting the move done and thing moving around when he's getting the power down.
That was an amazing pass. Renz really struggled to get the power down.
Yeah, Renz is about to hold just around the outside there into turn one.
Yeah, he just went a little bit deep, and Emerson just snuck up underneath him. Just have a look at the times are closing up. Half a second gap between our two championship contenders. Madison down, Justin Ruggier, and Ruggier again, fastest of the two. Put down a 2:09.9 last time round compared to Madison's 2:10.1.
This battle is definitely closing up. Justin using all the road, sideways, around every corner.
I believe you actually cloud.
Looks like I might have passed my my bugs on to Corey at this stage.
Seems like it. Thought we might have Mitchell McLeod here in for a quick chat. Mitch, unlucky tonight, mate?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just having a look at the replay now, so I'm not too sure what happened there, but I thought I made a pretty good pass, and I think Richie might have forgotten where his brake pedal was that time.
Yeah, it looked as if he might have missed his brake marker completely and gave you a bit of a shunt into the wall, and you're lucky not to take Hilly and Brad out as well at the same time.
Yeah, it was getting pretty close to me, so I thought, there may be a little bit of contact, but I didn't expect that. But yeah, I knew I had heaps of damage anyway, so I may as well try and steer myself into a fence or something before I take somebody else out that had nothing to do with it. So you get that sometimes in racing.
And now you get to sit back and wave the tats.com flag and support Madison down.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like Madison's doing pretty good at the moment. I'm not too sure if there's going to be enough points or not for tonight either.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close up the top, but I mean, if Madison stays out where he is, it's pretty much all done. But looking back through the field, this is still on between Hill, Ryan, Stanaway, and Latham now being caught as well. So 4-car battle for 6th through to 9th now.
You guys got me back there?
You're back, brother.
There we go. So I think, Sammy, I think, give me his dramas there. He's
Yeah.
and hand them off.
I was over it, mate. I thought I'd handball it to you for a little while. A nice little battle here between Lee Ellis and Sean Kelly. These guys mixing it up. I'm actually quite surprised how the field is sort of gapped up in little sections. Yeah, we've got little groups of 2, 3s, 4s, but there seems to be quite a bit of a gap between everyone.
Yeah, Sean, actually, reading Facebook earlier today, Sean wasn't overly confident tonight. He actually thought he'd end up in the fence about lap 1 or 2, so I'm sure he'll be rather happy to still be out on track at the moment.
Well, he's ahead of his game plan, so that's a good start.
Well, that's right. Ellis, a bit of a mistake there. Elliot looked to capitalise coming into the hairpin. Ellis taking that inside line that Madison was talking about in the hot lap, and Richards now closes right up on these guys as well.
Yeah, I think Lee's definitely got his hands full. Took a big cut through that chicane. He's got to be careful he won't get a slowdown penalty, but he was a good half a second slower than Kelly last lap.
Oh, he's got a penalty. He's got a penalty. He's trying to use that slowdown but not lose the spot.
Oh, he's going to have to go around the outside if he wants it.
Trying to over under here. Oh!
You know who's going to benefit from this though? Is Vale Richies. He's going to go and make it 3 wide. So Ellis backs right out of it.
What a
there was
move,
no
Vale
gap
Richies.
there.
Inside at 138.
It's not over yet though. He's going to go up the inside.
Look how wide Sean Kelly's using all the racetrack out there. He's going to come back on the whole position just.
And now he's going to look up the inside. He's going to have a crack. He puts it there, not quite. Doesn't have enough. Brilliant driving from
Great
these guys.
racing, guys. This is awesome to watch.
Driving right there.
And it all started with a penalty, and unfortunately Ellis got a cut track, and that just bottlenecked the field.
Here goes
It's not
Vale
over.
again.
Yeah, Vale's going to have a look up the inside here of Kelly. It's a fast part of the race.
Oh!
Inside! Contact there between the two. They're going through.
Bumping down the straight. That is absolutely crazy stuff. And here comes Lee Ellis now. Trying to get the move down on Sean Kelly. Couldn't get it done.
Just
Absolutely
check the speed where they hit tyres. They were doing 270 when they touched tyres then.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there by those three.
Vale Richie's loving what he sees in front of him. Picks up 2 spots. No worries. Thanks very much.
Looks like Stanaway's got through from Ryan. Richards now moves his way back. He's now up to 10th position. We're back in 20th or 21st after lap 1.
Back up front now, Justin Ruggier again closing in the gap on Madison down. He needs to have a dive though. Madison can, as we said, Madison can afford to come seconds up. You just have a go. You've got nothing to lose.
And Justin will have the advantage of the draft here. He knows if he can tuck right up to the wing there of Madison down. Oh, Madison's just blinking a little bit on my screen, but yeah. You
Got your problem now
get
too.
That draft, yeah, and it's not all over. It's not lost if Madison has to give up 1 spot.
I was in the team speak with Madison just before I come over to here, and Madison said, I still want to win this race. Oh, and that was cutting the track a lot there.
Yeah, he's cutting the track too much.
Penalty.
That's it.
Slow down. That's
Penalty.
It. That's given a massive whip. Look at Justin Ruggier now. He's got the power down. He's going to open up a huge margin over Madison down.
That changes everything. Yeah, you got the curse already. You're only in here for 5 seconds and you're cursing your own teammate. There'll be a stern talk in the debrief after this race, no doubt.
Back in the pack, looks like Vale Richards and Sean Kelly still going at it. Lee Ellis still there as well. Lee Ellis want to go slow down actually out of the chicane.
Yeah, he's slowing up and Mullen will come through.
Well, Mitchell, you said Madison wants to win the race, so but what does he do now? Is he push and trying to catch Justin, or what? Does he settle for second and get the championship?
I reckon they'll be sitting back trying to work out, back at the team, trying to figure out how hard Justin's been pushing. If he has to save fuel towards the end of this race, Madison will be pushing as hard as he can. There's no doubt about that.
And I'm not too sure, but I may have heard a rumour or two that I think Justin ran out of fuel in the earlier race.
Sorry, Sam, we've got Brad Bryant who's done some somersaults there. I'm not sure what's happened. The car's gone straight to the fence. Just going to go to replay now.
Through the last of the S's there.
Yeah,
he's just gone straight ahead.
Wheel failure or something.
Yeah, that's computer failure or
I think it had to
wheel
be a
failure
computer or something.
Computer, yep.
It's kept the throttle on as well. You heard it didn't hit the brakes once.
And it's
Yep,
just
just
disconnected from the session.
Yep. Unlucky for Brad. That's a couple of weeks in a row that he's having an unlucky night. So.
Yeah, Brad Ryan, he's definitely had the pace the last few weeks. He's obviously, I don't know if he's gone under a ladder or crossed paths with the black cat. I don't know what the deal is, but his pace has been incredible. He's had absolutely no luck.
The gap from first to second on track now about 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds. Amazing how one corner has changed this race and this championship completely.
It'll be interesting to see now, about halfway, so interesting to hear these guys and their fuel saving into turn 1 and into the back straight.
Might go on board with Justin for this lap. We'll see how much fuel he's trying to save and how early he's rolling out of the throttle. We reach half race distance, just over half race distance, 9 to go now. Unbelievable amount of fuel he's saving there.
Yeah, into turn 1 and into 138. You hear him out of the throttle so early.
Hearing from Brad Ryan, it was a wheel failure.
Further back in the pack, actually, Rob Hartley and Matthew Barron. A bit of an unusual race for Rob now. Currently down in 14th and just hasn't really shown the pace we've seen some of the races this season as Barron goes to the outside to 130. That's an interesting choice. I would have gone to the inside, but
you don't want to be you don't want to be on the outside there. It's such a fast racetrack, part of the turn, I should say, and it's really a big ask to go right around the outside.
And can I just say, I just noticed that Justin Ruggier on that lap, he was saving a lot of fuel, but he was exactly 1/10 faster than what Madison was. So Madison's obviously got not that much fuel either.
Just having a look at this battle between Lee Ellis and Marlon McMullen. These guys have been mixing it up the last couple of laps. Fair bit of curb and a bit of nose-to-tail contact between the boys.
Robin's racing, boys. They're into it.
Pretty familiar-looking paint scheme there that Marlon's running as well.
I believe he used to run that livery, or very, very similar, Sam.
Yeah, she's almost a carbon copy, mate. Had some great wins and a couple of championships with that scheme, actually.
I can tell you, Sam, I definitely remember the back of that thing. A nice little battle between John Emerson and Josh Muggleton, but further back, battle between John Latham, Matthew Hill and Richie Stanaway really starting to heat up now.
Stanaway is starting to look the raciest out of the three.
But Hill maybe got a little bit more pace than Latham, just can't find a place to get by. Look back from John Latham there, you can see Hilly again, not close enough, coming into 130. I didn't even have a look at it, so how much?
Sorry, mate.
So look how much Hilly closed up there into 130R. Obviously Latham a little bit more off the throttle earlier on, trying to save a bit of fuel. Hilly closing up again into the chicane. Too tight to make a move though here.
Oh, Latham! Too much curb and it's almost spun him around.
So those onboard camera shots really give you a good indication of where guys pick up a bit of pace, especially in their braking zones and all the rest of it. It's brilliant to watch. Jeez, at the pace Hilly's got there under brakes too.
Yeah, he's moving left, he's moving right. He wants to get by John Latham here. Probably got, like I said, got a little bit more speed.
That's one of the best ways to put somebody off that you're following. If you're moving around in the mirrors, they see that and they know that you've got pace and you're trying to do something that just unsettles the car in front so much more, and mistakes happen.
Talk about moving around. Marlon McMullen's doing that on Lee Ellis. This battle hasn't backed off. These guys have been at it for quite a couple of laps now, and it's actually pretty good racing.
Yeah, I think Marlon, though, he's moving around, bouncing off the curbs as opposed to making a move. He's trying his hardest to get that extra tenth of speed to get right up behind Alice. Alice driving fairly controlled, taking alternate line a little bit, but he's doing a pretty good job. Back up the front, Justin. Nice drift. Making sure these tyres are never ever used again.
Probably a little bit too early though to be starting to slide that thing around. Look at Madison down. Moby just closed up a little bit on this last lap. Visually it looks like anyway.
Yeah, that margin last lap round was almost 2 seconds, 1.9 seconds. So yeah, it'd be interesting to sort of have a quick look at the times and see where these guys are at. Obviously, Justin knows what he has to do. He needs to win this race.
Oh,
Stanaway.
that was deep.
Stanaway wide there, coming out of Spoon, attacking the back of Matthew Hill.
He's actually dropped off a little bit because of that, so that battle eases a tiny little bit. Oh, Hilly's blown an engine.
Oh, can you believe it? He shifted down too soon into the final chicane.
Oh, heartbreaking stuff. He's gone the distance. Unbelievable, and not the way he'd like to farewell his team. He's obviously got some big plans for next season, but yeah, gut-wrenching stuff when you blow a motor like that.
Yeah, sad to see that's how it's going to come to an end. It's been a fantastic few, probably about 6 odd months with Hilly, and it's a shame that it's going to finish up like that there. He'll be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah,
maybe he'll go lap the house and we'll try and have a chat with him after.
He could go run around the house for a couple of times. The final step on the podium still hasn't been decided yet either. Muggleton, Emerson, they're still going at it.
Be a nice way for Emerson to, like we spoke about, he's going to have a little bit of a dip in Grand Am for a little while and probably concentrate a little bit there, so it'll be a nice way to end, his V8 career at the moment on the podium. That'd be good.
I believe we've got Matthew Hill joining us, mate. It's unfortunate he was running well there on the back of John Latham, and bang she went.
I am devastated. I can't believe that. I haven't blown an engine here all week.
I guess if you're going to do it, may as well do it in the race.
Yeah.
Make it worthwhile.
Of course, Murphy's Law. But I was having a great race
Emerson.
with Richie and John and Brad.
Brother Hilly, Emerson's just made a bit of a mistake behind Muggleton, and Muggleton's now a couple of seconds ahead of Emerson. Nearly looped it around out of the first chicane.
I'm just going to have a quick look up the front. Ruggie has lost about 6/10 last lap round, and Down is really closing up that margin.
Yeah, last time by the gap was 1.2 seconds. We'll see what it is this time by. It's just across the line, then Madison. It's 1 second now, so another 2/10 gain there. Madison's coming at him. Maybe, as Mitchell said, Justin has to save that little bit more fuel.
It's not only that, Justin's going to be looking in his mirrors and checking the times to see Madison just slowly catching him. It's going to be playing on his mind every single lap he crosses the line.
And to make matters worse, he's thinking about the big prize at the end of this race.
Oh, so Sam, we've got Sean Kelly's looped it all by himself there in the final chicane. I think he's come in, just clipped the inside curb. It's actually a rather slow spin there too.
Yeah, it just unsettles the car and round he went.
He didn't end up in the fence though, so that's always a bonus from where he expected to be tonight.
That's right, we were supposed to have a party on the fence tonight.
That's right, you two said that you were going to party on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, with Matthew Hill's unfortunate demise there, Richie Stanaway now free to take the back of John Latham.
Stanaway looking the pacier of the two, isn't he? He's just looking like he's ready to pounce, but just needs to find the right spot on the racetrack. Hearing a bit of on the rumour mill that Richie Stanaway may be one that is actually going to have... He's made contact there with the back of John Latham, but I was going to say that Stanaway's been talking about going for his pro licence in the Oval Series, so yeah, he's having a real red-hot going, bit of nose-to-tail contact. That's definitely NASCAR rules.
Yeah, he's already got his pro licence on the roadside in the F1 car. I don't think he's used to that kind of racing in that thing. He has a big look inside of John Latham here. Sideways. The rear end of that car was not stopping anytime soon. Both of them escape with it.
He'd hate to be Stanaway's team boss. He'd be going through a few front bumpers, but look at that.
Well, hasn't this battle closed right up? We just spoke that Emerson made a bit of a whoopsie last lap round and Muggo had some breathing space, but that's definitely changed right now.
Yep. Sorry guys, right up the front. 4/10 of a second for the lead. Sorry guys.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Forget the battle for second. First and second, that's where it's at the moment.
Yeah, and consistently, Ruggie is about 5 or 6 seconds, 5 or 6 tenths of a second slower than down. So I think Ruggie is desperately in fuel mode by the looks of it.
The question is, though, if you're Madison, what do you do? Do you risk going for that move? I mean, Justin's going to play defensive. Does he risk going up the inside, maybe bending the car and sending him off the track, or what?
No way. Yeah, Madison, all he needs to do is finish the race, and he's got the championship in the bag. If they finish 1-2 like this, he's got it in the bag.
Emerson right up behind Muggleton. Another battle that isn't over.
Madison there getting very close up into the hairpin. Couple laps to go here. Madison's definitely closing that margin. I don't know who I'd rather be here at the moment. I mean, as you said, Madison's got it. If he finishes second, he wins the championship.
Muggo nearly spun it around at the hairpin, and Emerson now right on the tail.
Speaking of on the tail, just behind them, Renz Brookman now really closing into these two. Muggo sideways!
Here comes Emerson.
Massive moment there out of the chicane. Closes the door.
He's on the wrong side though, Emerson.
He's going to try a bit of over-under. He can't quite get the car position, but definitely the pacier of the two. He was on the wrong side of the racetrack, so gave Muggleton a bit of breathing space, but yeah, he's definitely right there and ready to pounce.
Further back in the pack, Richie Stanaway has collected the back of John Latham and spun him around, so John Latham
a little bit of a touch.
the list of Stanaway's offloads tonight, so...
That was in the same part of the racetrack, yeah, right in the hairpin.
Yeah, he's just come in, went in too deep and spun him out, so... Unfortunately, it's a little bit too common for Richie here at the moment. He's running in the back of a few guys, but...
Oh, up front, boys, it's down to 2/10 of a second. Our two championship contenders, Justin Ruggie and Madison down. We saw Madison had the lead earlier. He's right over the back of Ruggie now. He's got pace. I think Ruggie is definitely in fuel-saving mode now, and Madison ready to pounce.
Yeah, you know Justin's going to be defensive. Justin's going to shut that door. What do you do? I think the minute that Madison goes for a pass, Justin is going to turn down on him. He's actually going out at the moment.
Madison said to me on the radio before, I want to win.
I'll tell you what, if it was me, I'd be happy sitting there in second, but then again, I'm not a 5-time champion, so... He's actually having internet drivers. Madison, he's back.
He's back.
I wouldn't be a championship final without Madison lagging out there.
Oh, it's not over yet though. His ping still hasn't quite settled.
Actually, if he drops out of this race at DNFs, that actually could make the championship pretty much identical in points from what I can work out.
Oh, so close to the end. We're about 2 laps to go. So the last thing, and I know Ruggie doesn't want to win a championship with Madison dropping out like that, but I guess you'll take him anyway, you can get him. But it's been a great fight.
John Emerson's actually had a moment out of the hairpin, lost position to Renz Brookman. Like he's come out of the hairpin behind
done it
Josh
all himself.
Yeah, gone the power too soon. Can't look away from these front two though. Ruggie is sideways, out of spoon. He's on the limit there, his rear tyres are gone. When they cross the line, it'll be 2 laps to go. Yeah, they're both still fuel saving down there in 130R.
And you know, we're at that point of the race too.
Oh.
Madison's going to have a look around the outside. No, not quite. As I was going to say, we're at that point in the race, the guys already know their fuel numbers now. It's too late in the race now. If you can't make the race distance, you're going to barely save enough fuel to go now. So they know what they've got. They really need to be sure that they've got enough to get to the end. And Madison's
having a
right there
look.
to pounce.
Yeah, Madison ducked out there momentarily for a look. These guys have driven away. It's amazing. They've got a 9-second lead back to third. It's a rather uncommon thing in this series to have such a margin back to third. They've done such a good job here, though.
Jeez, how's the pressure that Ruggie is under? He's got Madison right over the back of him. He's just right there, ready to bounce.
Been one of the best championship finales we've ever seen.
I'll tell you what, if it's you can almost forget this is a fuel saving. It's been some absolutely fantastic racing all night long. It's got me so excited for next season too, Jay. You know, they said new schedule, new formats. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Oh, Madison!
Oh!
Hearing reports from ANZ manager Justin will be close on fuel.
He may not make it home.
Oh, any closer there, we'll be able to read the serial number on the underneath of that diff. He's really having a red hot go there.
About 1.5 laps to go now for Justin Ruggier. If he can't win the championship, he wants to win the final race of the season and go into next season with the point to prove.
It'd be a fantastic way to farewell Suzuka. Not travelling to Suzuka next season. I don't think we're actually heading to Japan next season.
Oh, Madison's
got a very nice run off there too.
Yeah, and the draft, if he can just get that draft, he will make up a bit of an advantage here.
close. Backs out of it though.
With fuel saving, Ruggier has to back off that little bit earlier. That might be all it takes for Madison to get up for a big dive bomb.
He goes a big look around the outside. Can't get the
Ruggier!
Sideways. Don't cut the curb here, boys. You got one lap to go. Madison sideways.
He's still sideways. That's given a massive breathing margin there for Ruggier.
Question is now, does Justin have enough fuel? He's got about half a second to maybe back off a little bit, even a second. But he's got the time to back off if he needs to.
It's the old racing adage, isn't it? It's catching's one thing, passing's another. So if Ruggier can just keep his composure, he should be able to get the job done. But has he got enough fuel to go the distance?
I think we'll get a good sign if he does or not later in this lap. He's going to be backing right out of it. Madison seems to be closing in through the S's.
The third and fourth changed since Emerson had his little bit of a whoopsie before. And Brookman's now closed up to Muggleton and has a chance for the podium.
So it's half a lap to go here at Suzuka. It's coming down to the wire. There's two contenders. They're first and second.
Way off.
Down's had it off. He's managed to gather it up.
He's sideways. He's absolutely pushing the wheels off this thing, Madison down.
I think Madison's got fuel.
He's pushing it here. He wants to win, as he said, Mitchell. So he's going to throw everything he can at Justin here.
This has been a fantastic race. We keep on criticising the racing and fuel savers, but tonight it's definitely lived up to something different. The last fuel saver we'll have for a while. Still not over.
Josh Muggleson still holding down third place over Renz Brookman here. Back up front. There's only a couple of corners to go now. Justin leads, but Madison leads the points in the championship.
Down, just trying to get the power down as quick as he could, but a little bit sideways there on exit.
And Brookman's now trying to make a move on Muggleton, coming out of Spoon.
But up ahead, Justin. I'm listening to that engine. He's still into it. He's still fuel saving though too, so it's going to be close. Madison closing up on the chicane.
He rolled a long way out of that coming into the chicane.
You have to listen to this as they come over the final corner.
So it's
drag race to the line.
Yep.
Go, Sam, man.
He's out! Madison's out, goes right round the outside. He'll take the win in the final race of the championship, and he'll take the championship. Gut-wrenching stuff there for Ruggier. Slipped him on the line. We said it was going to be close.
Muggleton's out of fuel as well.
Oh, Brookman's going to get him!
Brookman gets a spot by 3/100ths of a second. The finish in third.
Two ears as well there. A little bit deaf after that one, Sam, man.
You cannot believe what happened just then. Unbelievable set of circumstances. We said it was going to come down to fuel. That's exactly what we had.
John Latham is out of fuel as well. Halfway around the last lap. He will fall out.
Yeah,
of the
he's a
top 10
long
after
way.
such a stellar run.
Long way away. Wow. What a finale.
The last corner.
We said it was a drag race. It was who had enough in the tank. And Madison Down went right round the outside. Oh, just gut-wrenching stuff for radio.
You couldn't write that, could you?
couldn't script it better. Big congratulations to Madison Down. Now we can say a 6-time V8 Supercar Online Series champion. Unbelievable.
We know that a lot of effort and a lot of work goes into his racing. I think he's out of fuel. He can't even do his celebration burnout there for Madison Down. But a lot of work goes in behind the scenes. It's not a fluke. And I know him and everyone at TTR and Tats.com would just be absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, Troy Cox still leaping to the line, so we're still waiting for a few guys that are out of fuel also back in the pack. John Latham.
Swerving.
Cox trying to get the line. He'll finish in 15th, I think, because John Latham.
Yeah, gets it.
John Latham's out. He's called it quits, unfortunately. Such a good run for John tonight. Was inside the top 10. He's going to finish 17th after all that. Wow. Can you believe it? The last race of the championship. What a cracker.
What an absolute ripper.
We'll go through the results of the fantastic final race. Madison Down amazingly wins that race in the last, at the grid.
Yeah.
From Justin Ruggie, out of fuel. Unlucky for Justin, great drive from him. Brookman, good work to get Muggleton right at the line. Emerson in 5th, Stanaway, Riches, Kelly, McMullen and Alice the top 10. Then it's Barron, Atkins, Hunter, Hartley, Cox, Oliveira, Latham, Hill, Ryan, McLeod and Fabian. Wow. That's all I can say for that race as well.
We're all pretty speechless, aren't we? I mean, who would have picked it? We knew it was going to be absolutely close. We could hear how the guys were rolling out of the throttle to save fuel. And you exactly right. You can't script that sort of thing.
Just working on getting a replay of the finish line between Brookman and Muggleton because that was unbelievably close. Speaking of, we've got Renz Brookman here. Renz, good result to finish the season off for 3rd place.
Yeah, it was not bad. But first of all, I have to say I'm very sorry for Phil for pretty much just driving my way. Not sure what I was thinking there. But yeah, rest of we just had enough fuel to get Joyce at the line. It was unexpected for me.
And 3/100ths of a second, so well done, mate. Got the replay on screen of the finish. It was so unbelievably close between you two guys right at the line. That was so good to watch. I believe we've got 6-time here as well. We might quickly go to 6-time to see how excited he is. You there, 6-time?
Yeah, Jay. How good's that, eh? Far out. That was a nail-biting race the whole time. So bad luck to Justin at the end there, but geez, that's good to get another championship. I got to thank sponsors Tats.com, Hyper, Sim Instruments, and then finally all the guys at TTR. You know, they all spot for me week in, week out when they're not racing, and we do a lot of setup work together. So yeah, big thanks to those guys.
Actually commented through the broadcast, mate. It's not a fluke. Any championship's not a fluke, but I know personally, just with my involvement with TTR, just how much work does go in behind the scenes, and mate, it's well deserved. You got to be over the moon.
Oh, it's fantastic, and you know, all the championships are just as hard to win, and the competition's not getting any easier. So the time you got to put in is more and more and more, and does help being in a team, sure, but you know, I put in a lot of hours this week to be competitive, and it paid off tonight. So, but yeah, it was really close coming onto the main straight there. We're both coughing across the line, so yeah, certainly a tough race.
There we go. second place. Justin, unlucky finish to that race, mate, but that was an awesome battle the whole way through.
Oh yeah, well done to Madison and all the boys throughout the year. Really, just goes to show, you know what I mean. Me and him were, side by side the whole race and racing very, very clean. And you could see that his determination, the attitude of the car, and when I was leading as well. But yeah, unfortunately, man, I had to run out of fuel. So it's not a good way to finish off, man. The car was pretty good, but when you got to save fuel, it's just I find it very hard to maintain that pace. But unlucky, really.
Mate, these fuel-saving races have been a big talking point in our series, and thankfully, thanks to everyone at Iracing and obviously Jay and everyone at v8sonline, we've had some involvement with the calendar, and we've eliminated those fuel-saving races, as exciting as they are for the broadcast. I know as a driver how frustrating they are, but geez, it would have been heart and mouth stuff, because we could tell just listening to your onboard, footage, that we could hear you rolling out of the throttle. We knew it was going to be incredibly close coming to the line.
Yeah, I was rolling out quite a bit, and it's like I said, credit to Madison to be able to cross the line with fuel left in it at that speed. So yeah, I was struggling sort of the last sector, because that's where I had to save, and I had to brake quite early because I can't blip. Because if I blip, then I'm using fuel, so I find it really hard to pull up the car because the gearbox sort of won't mesh. But yeah, it's a new season coming up, and I don't know where I finish, but just want to say thanks to ANZ Motorsport, Stow Australia, RotorGeek.com, and Any Door and Gates, and congratulations to Madison, which surely should make him number 6, I think it is.
Congratulations, mate, for the season. So all the best for next season, and we've looked after you getting rid of the fuel savers, mate.
Yeah.
I was thinking of you when I wrote it up.
And I've worked so hard to try and get there, mate. I think I've improved, but
you have improved. I think a couple of seasons ago you would have been out with 2 laps left.
Oh yeah, I'd be in the pits, mate, and then I'd be 2 laps to the end, and then 1 lap from the end. But yeah, it's just rotten luck, really, man, to lose like that, mate. And I was glad that Madison didn't rear end me, because I thought he was thinking I'm going to go left or right. But
tell you what, I was close, man. Very, very close. I had to jump on the brakes. No, I've always got the chat muted, so yeah, I didn't know that you said go around, but yeah, I was don't take this the wrong way. I was half hoping you were out of fuel because I could see you got a slow exit, but yeah, it was pretty close.
Well done, man. It was great racing, you, man. It was pretty cool racing. Hopefully, it was good to watch too.
Might go to 4th place, Josh Muggleton, championship contender early on, but unlucky the last couple of weeks. But Muggo, good result for the championship, another 3rd position.
Yeah, another 3rd, put it in the cabinet with all the others 3rds. Getting a bit sick of them, to be honest.
Man that just finished 3rd, mate, you sound a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, a bit bummed I got pipped on the line there. I suppose I was a bit cheeky with friends, serving a slowdown up at Spoon, and kept him behind. But yeah, no, just disappointed the way that the season panned out. I was looking so good for a long time there, and then real world gets in the way and kind of killed my progress a bit. So now we'll move on to next season and start pressing for wins more, and hopefully knock on the door of that championship.
Before that, of course, mate, you've got a race of champions that you need to win back.
I do. That is going to happen. So looking to make it first person to get 2 out of them. But yeah, no, always look forward to them every end of the season. So yeah, can't wait.
I know, mate, you're obviously disappointed. Like you mentioned, you were a championship contender there, and unfortunately, computer issues with the thunderstorm has put you out. And mate, you still got to be pretty happy with your pace, and you've really strung together a brilliant season. And just unfortunately, things out of your hands took over.
Oh yeah, look, tomorrow when I wake up and get over this, I'll be pretty happy with it all in all. But yeah, no, good signs for next season. So, yeah, watch this space.
We look forward to it, mate. All the best for next season.
Thank you.
We might go. Who else have we got here? Lee Alice. Another eventful race for you, Lee.
Yeah, it always seems to be eventful with me.
You've definitely found some pace though coming towards the end of this season though.
Yeah, it's been good. Like Mad, Muggo, everyone, they're just great at the setups, and I'm just the Oompa Loompa, as a few people like to call us. But I just found a bit of pace. Wasn't quite on it tonight, but yeah, work and other stuff couldn't get enough practice and quality.
Well, as flat as you sound, mate, it hasn't gone unnoticed. You know, we have seen you, you know, make your way up through the field and to be, you know, genuine top 10 contender. It's just, yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of contact, a bit of bad luck, but, you know, no doubt you'd be looking forward to next season.
Oh, definitely. Like, I needed 200 odd points to win Div 2 Championship, but didn't quite get there. A few mistakes, but yeah, I can't wait to next season. Next season will be good. Get a bit more practice in and yeah, go TTR. Thanks to all the boys.
You also got Matthew Barron in as well, Squizzer. Probably not the way you wanted to end the season back in the field, but you did work your way up to 11th, obviously off no practice as always.
Oh, no practice. I did my first lap at about 4:30 this afternoon, so was pretty confident I was actually going to have to pit during that race as well, so I was actually quite surprised I could make it all the way.
Yeah, eventful race for you as well, coming through the field.
Yeah, well, I managed to fit 2 wides through 130R with Vale there at one stage. We did get a 4 times contact, which wasn't the greatest ending, but at least we made it through.
I think we might go back to Renz because I sort of talk off with Renz before. Renz, next season we've mentioned in the broadcast you may not be able to commit full time again.
Yeah, real life gets in the way, unfortunately. Trying to make as many races as I can, but yeah, I'm not sure if I can make one or yeah. Just have to see and wait.
Well, hopefully we'll see you out there. Now, quickly before we wrap it all up, what are you looking forward to the most to next season in the schedule? Madison, start with you.
Oh, what's on the schedule that's new?
Oh,
Barber?
I think Virginia.
Barber's...
Everyone has to vote Virginia.
Virginia, Barber, Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
Different Watkins Glen layout.
We've been to VIR before, so we haven't been to Barber in a long time, or Laguna Seca, so I'd say I'm looking forward to those two.
Dustin?
I don't know, hopefully, what can I look forward to? Well, maybe finish a race without running out of fuel, that's for a start.
Oh, I've looked up, you'll be right with that.
We did that, mate, that's what you should look forward to.
Yeah, no, I think, actually, the positive thing, mate, this series is getting more and more competitive, so it's just every season is just a massive challenge to even, you know, contend to be in the top 10. So you've seen throughout the season, you know, new faces coming up the top and being a contender, and you know, so that's going to be, you know, what I'm going to be looking forward to be able to stay sharp and be finishing on that podium, mate. That's where I want to be. But yeah, one step forward really, and try and knock Madison off his chair there.
Okay, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, Virginia for sure.
Good man. Very good man.
Love that track.
Renz, what are you looking forward to?
Virginia, but also the different Watkins Glen out is something I really look forward to.
For me, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. 46 laps of Watkins Glen Enduro. It's going to be fantastic. Hilly, what are you looking forward to?
No fuel savers.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Squizzer?
Oh, Road Atlanta by far.
Lee, what about yourself?
Definitely Road Atlanta. I love that track.
I think I can answer for Mitch. Mitch will say Barber. Mitch is gone.
If he was here, that's what he'd say.
Yeah, I know where Mitch is. That's okay. He's outside. I think it's about time to wrap it up. Thanks to everyone who watched tonight. It was our biggest broadcast of the season. But make sure you watch next week. We'll be live Sunday night and Monday night from 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for Racer Champions. Races 1 and 2 on Sunday night, 3 and 4 on Monday night. And I do know that Chris has, I think he's actually checked into a psych ward. He's that sick and twisted from the combos he's got happening this time around. It's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. And Corey, you should do us proud.
Yeah, it's going to be good to finally have a go in the Race Champions. I don't know how well I'm going to go, but got a nice special coloured car that'll be very noticeable that I'm looking forward to driving next week too, so it's going to be good.
There's no pressure, mate. The highest place that I think one of us has run is second place when I was behind Shane Van Gisbergen, mate. So that's what you need to do.
Hey, I led a little bit of a race, so come on.
Did you?
And caused the biggest safety car and kerfuffle we've ever had, so that's why I'm not invited back.
I can tell you, mate, if Muggleton thinks he's got this one in the bag, he's got another thing coming. I want to become the first v8 Online commentator to win one of these things.
Ooh.
Many have tried, many have failed, Corey.
I was never much competition. Thanks again, Sam, man, for all your help. I know you haven't had much luck the last couple of weeks, but all the best. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Corey. A big thanks to Seb, and more importantly, big thanks to our viewers. I don't know if we touched on it when I had technical issues, but a big thanks to all our V8 Online viewers who sent in out their pictures when they were kicking back and watching the broadcast. I think there was Nathan Britton, Jason Black, John O'Barry, Luke Emerton were some of the guys that sent in photos. So big thank you to you guys, and obviously a big thanks to the drivers for all their time. And it's good to have a chat with them after each and every round.
Yep, definitely. Thanks, Seb, Director Seb, and also thanks to co-founder Daniel as well, and also Mitch, John Emerson, Chris Tarrant, all those guys for all their help behind the scenes. So thanks heaps, guys, for all your hard work to help us bring v8sonline coverage to you every week, 3 times a week. Next broadcast will be Wednesday night for Race to Reality at Lime Rock Park. And then Sunday and Monday night, we will be live for Racer Champions 4. Big thanks once again to our sponsors, Direct Clutch Services, v8sonline Superstore, and our friends at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Winner of Round 12 and Season 1 2013, Madison Down.